What's up, guys? It's your boy Taco, and welcome to another live stream. Just gonna make sure the audio is coming through. It is. Okay. Welcome to Minecraft. I apologize. Sorry, my mic is cutting out. I apologize that the chat is not on screen for this stream. I just kind of want to be in the moment. I can see your messages, your comments, I can respond to them, and I will, but I just want to dedicate this stream to Clover. It's been really rough, honestly, and we'll probably talk a bit about it. When I logged into the world, I saw that I had spawned this cat in, and obviously doesn't quite have the right face. Or the right eye color. But, I mean, the fur is pretty accurate to her color, so I can see why I did that. What I want to do is I want to build something in memory of her. I don't really have anything in mind, and my building skills are lacking. But why don't we just have her follow me around while I stream? Welcome back to Taco Town as well. We obviously haven't been in here in a while. I do not know if I've built anything recently or not. We should probably fly and scout out where we think would be a good place to put this. I'd like it to be close to my house. But not too close, not too crowded either. Like when we built this statue. It's pretty central. I kind of want the same thing for this. We could build a new section somewhere or build over here. We've got all these roads that don't lead anywhere. I apologize if I'm a bit quiet or a bit sad sounding. Obviously, we're going to be talking about it, so maybe we could build it here right by my skin. Obviously, that's my skin. I don't know. Maybe. Could be a nice little area. No, I don't want to overshadow her. I think we will build somewhere over here. We can designate a humongous section. Build it huge. Now, I don't even know what I am going to be building. But I do think... Oh, I have not played Minecraft in a long time. Let's get some music, shall we? What's a good CD? I don't know what any of these sound like. I'm sorry, what? Alright. Did you like that one, Clover? Maybe not. Ooh, this one's called Cat. Look, it's for you, kitty. Just felt a bit quiet. Anyway, I don't know what we are going to be building for her. I'm trying to think. So I want it to be her. Let's just chuck things on the floor, shall we? What are we thinking? Why is my headset cutting out? I can't tell if it's my headset or my microphone. I apologize for that. Let me just... Oh my goodness. Okay. Trying to set my microphone up a little nicer. Right. Let's talk about Clover, shall we, while I try to figure this out. Clover was... That is so loud. Okay. Clover was a very sweet cat. And it makes it so much more difficult because she was just an absolute angel. I am not exaggerating. She was the sweetest cat. And when I was, like, really tiny, my parents were like, let's get some pets. You know? It would be good for our kids to grow up with pets, basically. And, my auntie, her cat Rose, actually had a litter of kittens when I was 2 years old. And obviously, among the bunch was Clover. And 2-year-old me got very attached to that cat. Growing up, oh my god, sorry. Growing up, I would carry her everywhere with me. I never wanted to leave her anywhere. She went everywhere with me. I would have, like, crying fits when my mother wouldn't let me take her into town with me, or, you know, I wanted her to be around all the time. Which was probably not really the sort of thing that any parent would want to deal with, a child having a tantrum over, not being allowed to take their cat with them. But, yeah, I wanted to take her everywhere with me all the time. And, you know, hello, Sal. Oh, look, you're my #1 fan. That's amazing. Let's just stop building the shape of a potato, because, honestly, she was a bit of a potato. Right. Anyway. Basically... Yeah. Sorry, it's very hard for me to talk about. Basically... I wanted her to go everywhere with me, all throughout my childhood. Anytime I'd go anywhere, I'd get really homesick, and it was solely because I wanted her to go with me. Which was really cute. Mainly because I was a child. If I was an adult doing that, that would probably be a little worrying. But yeah. Because when I was... it doesn't really look like a potato. It's a little bit elongated, but I think we can work with that. Anyway. What was I saying? Also, where is the chat on the side? I'm excited to see how Clover will turn out. Yeah, I removed the chat, from the side just for this stream. Because I am a bit... what's the word? I don't know where I was going with that statement. I removed the chat from the screen. I'm sorry, my brain's a little foggy at the moment. Let's just keep building for now. Anyway. Continuing talking about Clover. My god, I'm losing track of everything I've said. It is so... I'm sorry. I don't want to cry, but it's so difficult. Sorry. Anyway, continuing onward. Every single day... No, I need to get this done, so it's okay. Every single day for all of my childhood, I would come home from school and I would immediately go to my cat. Every night I would spend cuddling with my cat. I was always with my cat. Even on Christmas and holidays, people were at my house talking to each other and I was sat in a corner with my cat. I was very antisocial, and honestly, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I know that's I know that's a bit sad. I didn't really have friends growing up. And so yeah, we had this bond, and anytime I'd come home, she'd run up to me and she'd start meowing at me, and she'd start like climbing my legs to try and get up onto my shoulders because she liked sitting on my shoulders. And yeah, I'd carry her everywhere all the time. She didn't like walking anywhere. She liked being carried. And, you know, so I would carry her everywhere. She... Where am I going with this? She loved eating chicken nuggets. That's a thing that she loved. She loved eating chicken nuggets. She would always know when I had chicken nuggets, and she would run into my room, and she would steal them from me. And at the time, I found that annoying, because, you know, I was like, Kitty, these are my chicken nuggets. As one does. What am I doing? Okay, that was there. But that's meant to be over the edge. I'm not doing it over the edge. Alright. And it went in there. Why did the game music just go silent? No sheer chicken nugget, yeah. She loved chicken nuggets. For the life of me, I don't know why, really was not good for her to be eating all of those chicken nuggets, but she liked them, and I didn't like saying no to her, so she got to eat the chicken nuggets. She was a very fat cat. I know she does not look it in any of the photos that I have shared, but I promise you, for her breed, she's fat. Her entire family of cats are all incredibly skinny, but Clover was very, very chubby. And you know what? It made her so much more cuddly and cute. And I loved her for it. I did. She's gonna be loafing, if you couldn't tell. Maybe with, like, her feet out the front. Clover... What else about Clover can I share? Anytime I would be trying to get stuff done around the house, she would follow me. She just liked being around me. No tail, not yet. I'm gonna build the general shape of her, and then I will give her a tail. She was a chubby cat. Her sister, Pippa, because we had 2 cats. And, Pippa was not in great health when we put the cats down. How did I do this? I do not see how I did it on this side. Straight up for 2 blocks. Straight up for 2 blocks, yep. And then it went boop, boop, boop. So yeah, boop, boop, boop. Boop, and then it went in. Right. As I was saying, Pippa was not very well. She was not my cat either. She was my sister's cat. So that is why she didn't get posted on my channel at all. Due to the fact that she was not my cat to be uploading. She was a very sweet cat as well. But she did not really like me or most people. That goes down there, and then that doesn't. I don't know why I did it like that. Apologies, my mother knocked on my door. What was I saying? I feel like I was saying something. I'm so sorry. My brain is very muddled. I am trying to stay composed, and I'm finding it very difficult at the moment. This is probably the worst pain that I have ever felt in my life. Losing that cat, and it's just... dealing with it is not fun. So, I'm sorry about that. I feel like that's meant to go like that. But that doesn't make any sense. Did I fix it? Maybe? You were just figuring out the shape of the build. Yeah, it's kind of a weird log shape. I also haven't filled in where the white fur is either yet. I'm just gonna kind of build it up. Maybe I can bring her tail around and put it on the road. She liked putting her tail in places she wasn't supposed to. But yeah, she was my best friend. And yeah, she was just always there. She never used to be very vocal. She used to avoid everybody. And for a time in my life, that included me. And that was just because when I was younger, no one really taught me or showed me how I was supposed to, like, handle a cat. So I didn't really know what Clover would and wouldn't like. And over time, I kind of figured out on my own, hey, that's probably not so amazing to be doing. So I just kind of figured it out myself. Like, she liked being held like a baby. She was a bit of a silly cat. You know how people will cradle their babies in their arms? Clover liked being held like that. And to this day, I do not understand why. But she just kind of did. She loved to annoy me a lot of the time. I would be trying to do art or do my homework, literally anything you can think of, and she'd come up to me and just start rubbing her face against anything and everything, even if it was dangerous. The amounts of times that she accidentally got scratched or cut by something just because she was trying to get my attention. was insane. She meant a lot to me, and to my family. The cats were just kind of always there. And, you know, throughout my whole life, I've never been without her. So, it's a really weird feeling, her not being here anymore. It doesn't feel normal. It feels very out of the norm. Have you ever just like always had something and then one day it's just not there? It's so weird. I don't feel it just doesn't feel normal. I don't know how to describe it. I kept saying that I was going to do the stream and, you know, have something here to remember her by. Have something on my channel to remember her by. Even though my entire channel, I was influenced so heavily by that cat. Like, in the sense of, I was always thinking about her and just always spending time with her. And on the early days of my channel, every single time I uploaded, she was actually on my lap. So she was my first ever supporter when it came to my channel, and she was just always here at the start. And the amounts of times that I'd have to get up from my stream and be like, hey guys, I'm so sorry, give me a moment, the cat wants to go out. Because she'd get off my lap and then she'd start scratching at the door to go. What else? I've actually been, with my time that I've been away from my streaming, because obviously I've been having a little bit of a break, I've been, doing an art course. And after this stream, there's a chance there might be a gap in my uploads again, or, you know, I might continue uploading as normal, but I've been doing a lot of art of my cat, which has been very interesting to try and, like, do that without just breaking down, because I want things to remember her by, like this. Potato. She looks like a loaf of bread right now. Or, like, maybe a shoe. Taco, hello physical. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Doing my best. Which is all anyone can do, so. Yeah, I've been doing an art course. And I've been doing art of my cat. I've been doing other art as well, not just of my cat, but, you know, I felt like it was important to mention I've been doing art of my cat. Also, I'm just winging it. I do not know the shape that I'm meant to be making this. I'm just going with a random shape. Why did I do that like that? That was not where that was meant to be. Okay, that just continues around there. I cannot tell what I did. 1, 2. Let me look. one too. Yeah. Alright. And then I think that went like that. And like that. It's looking... It's looking. What else? What else? What else? What else? We're doing a stream about her. Everything should be about her. I'm having such a hard time thinking and trying to get out my thoughts. On the bright side, you have the horse photos to cheer you up. Yeah, I do. I don't know why I like those photos of horses so much. I like horses. They're fun animals. They're neat. I like them. I like horses. Random fact about me. I guess people probably didn't know. I am also doing this without a photo reference, so bear with me. I just hope you're gonna get better soon. I can tell you're sad. Sorry. I don't mean to sound so sad. I just, yeah, I'm sorry. At least you weren't here before when I started crying. Any stories about her as a kitten or mischief she did? She wasn't ever really mischievous, honestly. I do like that you're asking questions. That's actually really helpful. She's never really been mischievous, really. She's a sweetheart. I mean, I guess I could tell a story about things that I used to do that were probably not so amazing, because I was a child, obviously, when we got her, so I didn't really know how to treat cats. And I wanted her to go everywhere with me all the time, so I tried, like, hiding her in my school bag to take her to school with me. And I'd try, like, to hide her in my room when my mom would say that she had to go outside. Just things like that. She's lopsided. What have I done? Okay, but yeah, that was some things that I did. She used to like playing with like laser pointers and stuff. But then as she got older, she just wanted to sleep all the time. Which is fair. I do too. And you know, they say that your pets will kind of copy what you do. And so I'm not surprised that she wanted to sleep all the time, because I got really, really sick. And I couldn't really be out of bed, and I was home all the time. I spent a year in my room, not leaving, not doing anything. Streaming, sometimes. But, you know, as a whole, not really doing much of anything. And she was always with me throughout that time. She would keep me company. The loaf has been manufactured wrong. Leave the loaf alone. I'm trying my best. Once her arms are in and everything, it'll be better. She doesn't have her paws tucked away. I mean, I was originally thinking maybe that could be her paw tucked under there, but I kind of want to have them out, because she would lay in her loaf, but then have her front feet out, and then her tail wrapped around the side. Anyway, any other questions about the fabulous cat that was my Clover? See, I don't really, honestly, and I do not like being sad on my streams, but I honestly don't know what to do with myself. It just feels so, it just doesn't feel right. Nothing feels right anymore. And it's a horrible feeling. Sorry if you already answered, but why was she named Clover? There is actually a story behind that. So when we got Clover, obviously I was a little kid. I was 2 years old when we got her. But my parents said that she kind of looks like, you know how different bees make different types of honey? And you know, like, obviously the plants, clovers. Well, there is, some bees that make clover honey. And it is, weirdly, the exact color of her fur. And so they were like, she's the color of clover honey. Why don't we name her Clover? And so she ended up being named Clover. And then her sister, Peppa, who was gray. So they had their names based on, you know, their color. So the color of their fur. And that was why she was named Clover. That feels too high up. I think I'm gonna break that pot down. Because from this point, she's probably gonna end up becoming an actual loaf. Again, I'm not very good at building, so please do not judge. I am trying my best with my current emotional state. It's probably not gonna end up perfect, but I am trying. It was quite difficult for me, and I don't want to villainize my parents in any way, but, you know, she wasn't super sick. She was not well, but she didn't need to be put down, and I'm not happy with my parents over that. I saw a toad in the corner of the screen. Are the toads the people who live there? Where are they? These guys? So, for anyone who was around at the start of the Taco Town, my house, it originally had a huge plate with lava in it, and then this was actually gated off. It was a really ugly looking fence, and it was gated off, and inside this pond, which was just a corner pond, had a load of tadpoles in it, and then they all grew up into frogs, and I just didn't kill them all. So that is what that is about. Oh, the game went silent. Yeah, she... That feels like it sticks out too far when I bring it down. Anyway. It's very hard to find things to say at the moment. Things are rough. Things will get better eventually, but things are rough right now. Maybe I don't know, guys. I liked it when you put those blocks there. It's like her hind legs. I might put it back. I mean, as this build progresses, she's gonna become more whole. She was a precious cat. I don't think I will ever find a companion like that again. If you guys had seen how she was around me, you would understand. she didn't really like anyone else. And, you know, it just kind of made us grow closer. Even though some of my mates would get offended that she didn't like them. I thought it was cute. Or silly. It's just because, you know, some people... I don't know, man. Obviously, this build might take a little while. I don't even know how long the stream's been going for at this point, because I don't have my thing on the top of my screen telling me. I hope everyone else is doing okay. I know that I said to myself I wasn't going to upload until I was okay and happy and doing good, because I like to be there for people on my channel, but I don't like people feeling like they need to be pitying me. And showing this amount of vulnerability online for me is really difficult. Especially due to some experiences I've had with people online being horrendous to me. "36 minutes. When did we have this XP thing?" It's a new feature that YouTube added to get people to engage in live streams more. So basically, there is a tier thing now. So whoever engages the most gets #1 fan or #2 fan, etc. And it's kind of a way to get people to engage more. I didn't enable it or anything, it just is there now. It looks like chicken legs. What if I, like, bring the foot out a bit? Not that her feet look like that. Oh, it looks so bad. If I remove that bit there. Now her butt sticks out too far. Oh my goodness. Everything I'm doing is just ruining it now. Well, she got her butt out now. She can stay that way. I don't want to fix it. There's more forward on this side. How dare you take my #1 spot? I think that, Sal has had the #1 spot for a while. Because when the feature first showed up on my end, I noticed that Sal was the #1. Okay, that foot is tiny. And now I am trying to fix my mistakes. This is a very interesting looking thing now. I might need to break the butt a little. Cause it's sticking out a bit much. I say we break it there. I want her to be remembered nicely, not with her butt sticking out. You should have seen the sheer amount of horrible drawings I did of her trying to get it right for my project, for my art course. I am actually in the next level art course now. It goes in levels, and I passed my last course with all A's. I am not sure how I'm gonna do in this one, because in the last course I had my cat still. It was a great motivation for me. This is gonna be a real trial and error. Hello. Nice to see you. Now she is empty in the back. And her butt still sticks up a bit much. Let's break this backwards. It'll look a wee bit better once she has her tail. And obviously once we build the butt back up. Okay. Now let's get some grass on here. Now eventually I want to actually have a statue of a skin that I make in this world, because we have this skin, but I didn't make it. I found it one day and just decided to use it because I didn't have any other skin to use at the time. So this was what my channel ended up being stuck with. Up, out, sideways. There we go. This looks like a pizza oven. What else could I talk about? I guess I could talk about the channel a little bit as well. Because, it's going to be a bit hard for me to upload with all the stuff that's been going on. And it's taken a lot out of me to do this today. But I couldn't put this off anymore. It is important to me that I do this stream. And from this point onward, where the channel goes, I'm not sure how often I can upload. I can't clip my Deltarune streams at the moment either, because I'm worried about spoiling the game for people who haven't seen it or played it, and I'm trying to be a bit cautious with that, so we can't even clip the Deltarune live that we did until until I personally feel like everyone would have played it if they wanted to. What else? I'm gonna need to make a thumbnail for this stream, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm thinking of using photos of her. People are commenting. Let me see. I've made a new channel. Nice. Hello, physical. We understand losing something important is hard. I started to play Octodad. Nice. If you guys really want to help with the thumbnail, I wouldn't be opposed. I find it really sweet that Clover had a community of people that, like, loved her. And I know it's silly. None of you actually knew Clover personally, but just the thought in my head that she will always live on in people's minds and hearts is really sweet to me. So, I want it to be photos of her. I can send some photos of her to you guys if you want. Let's just get her little white feet sorted. We're going to collab making a thumbnail somehow. That would be really sweet. Into the group chat. I can't find it anymore for some reason. Yeah, I will contact that chat. Oh my lord. Clover. I know it sounds so weird, but that cat was my baby. I loved her so much. I did anything and everything for that cat. She was so sweet. She was absolutely precious, and everybody who I have shown a photo of Clover has said that is the angriest looking cat that I have ever seen. And I always say, she just looks like that. Because honestly, she does. She always had this angry look on her face. She wasn't angry. She wasn't. She was... she was not angry. I knew when she was angry, and I would immediately be like, okay, she wants some space. This really cute thing that she used to do was she would reach one paw out really far when she laid down. So, that might be a little bit too long. We'll look at this real quick. Okay, I mean, I can deal with that. She also had tiny little white spots on her feet. Her feet had white on them. One foot had more than the other. Obviously, she didn't have as much of an actual difference in her fur color as displayed here, but it's Minecraft and it doesn't like me, apparently. And they refuse to give me more shades to work with, so we're working with this. Tootsies. Clover's white spots are cute. They are. She had a white chest too, which we'll get to in a second. Because I've got to replace all of these with white. And her underbelly was white as well, but we're not going to see that. Did we want this to be a statue, or did we want it to be something inside? Because, you know, we can do that. her up this way. Oh, that broke too much. I think her fur actually came out a bit more to the side. Now, I'm no master builder. I am not good at this. I feel like I've said that quite a bit, but I'm also just saying please cut me some slack. I am trying. You know, I really, really hate you guys having to see me so distressed. I like uploading when I'm feeling amazing and fabulous and the best I've ever felt, not when I'm sad. Minecraft music hits hard. It does. It does. I plan on putting Clovers around here as well. Obviously, I have not built her face yet. I think I might end up messing it up. So I'm saving that until she has a body. What I'm gonna do is, because she liked laying in the most worst places, is first I'm just gonna build her tail using a line, and then I'm gonna develop it from there. She loved having her beautiful tail in the way. And then she would always flick the end of her tail inward. It's not the middle of her butt, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't really know how cats' tails look attached to them. So, yeah. However this ends up looking is how it's gonna be looking, so. Let's bring it up here, and up here, and up here, and up here, and we'll bring it around like that. And the other side we will just actually do like that. And we can build from that, probably upwards. Her tail isn't technically intervening with the road, it is just in the way of the footpath. Okay. I think it's looking kind of like a cat. Kind of like a cat. It's not perfect. This is gonna be a really hard time in my life, I think, getting over this, and, you know, as most people are with their pets, I'm pretty destroyed after her going, but it's so much worse because throughout everything in my life, I'd always convinced myself she would always be there for me, even when I had nobody else. She was there, and now she's not, and it is the worst pain that I have ever felt in my life. And I don't really know what to do about it. I don't really know what to do about it. That is a pickle. I think the tail needs to be a bit thicker at the base. And so I think I'm gonna bring it... Oh, my game just had a bit of a freeze. I think that Clover deserved a lot more than I could give her. And I did my best. And I think she became a absolutely beautiful and kind cat. I think the tail can wrap around a little more than that. It looks like the tail is broken. I gotta change that a little. There we go. I mean, no, that part looks bad. Maybe that looks a little bitter, or maybe like that looks a little bitter. And then we break that down. Looks a little softer at the end. It's nicer. And she actually had, not extremely visible, but she had white stripes along her tail. They were very faintly different shades from her fur, but they were there. And then we come up here. 3. You guys are gonna have to forget what that looks like inside. Oh my god, cave noises. Do you guys reckon we should start a survival world in Minecraft? We used to have one. Do you think we should do another one? I'm curious. And we'll leave the stripes at that. Yes, you do think we should do another survival Minecraft. Good to know. People want that. I wish that the white had a more, like, subtle difference to it. I mean, maybe we could replace the white with, like, a sandstone in some spots. Because her tail was not this dark. Dark? Light. It was the subtle difference like this. I think we might change all of the white in certain places to this, because this was a much more... That was a lot more how her colors changed on her tail. I'm doing all of this from memory. I don't have an image up of her or anything. I'm just building this from how I remember her, which to me is a lot more sentimental than a one-to-one replica. You know, the day after she passed away, I had a really strange dream, and it really bothered me at the time. And in my dream, basically, she, like, showed up. She showed up in my dream. And it really confused me, because I was like, what? Why is this? What? Why are you in my dream? And in my dream, I had woken up from my sleep. So I was asleep, but in my dream, I woke up. And in my dream, she was looking over me while I was sleeping. And although that sounds really, really creepy, when I say it out loud. It genuinely wasn't. And basically, in the dream, where she was, when I woke up and I went over to that place in my bedroom to look at where she had been in my dream, it was exactly where I had put all of her belongings when we got back from putting her down. It was exactly where I put some of her fur and some of her belongings and her collars. It was exactly in that point in my room that she was in my dream. And I hadn't remembered that I had put that stuff there. And so when I woke up, I felt like she was letting me know she was okay. Which was nice. It's very hard to ignore a loss like this. The way I usually cope with things that I don't think I can cope with is by ignoring it and avoiding it. And this is not something I can avoid or ignore. It is such a life-changing thing to lose her. This is looking a lot more like her. I mean, yeah, the colors are a little off still, but... we need to build her a head. Sorry, just breathing. We've been doing this for an hour now. We're not backing down now. Let's remember how cats are built. I'm gonna start with a square because this is Minecraft, and so I can build my base out of a square and make it round from there. Or I can, like, kind of shape it. I reckon I could start with more of, like, a shape. It's not ever gonna be perfect, because this is a game made of blocks. We're probably gonna have to break this so many times and build it back up again. I think her head is a bit bigger than that. I'm gonna fill this in here because I don't want to be able to see that underneath. Let's bring that up. That feels too flat. We'll put it like that, I reckon. I don't know, her chest poofed out a bit more than that. Let's look at it from the side now. It looks a little better. Might look a little odd from the front, but you know, we can always fill it out a bit more at the bottom. kitty. That's okay. Did you hear the little Minecraft kitty meow? It's almost like she's actually still here. You guys should have... Oh my god. Something that you guys will never get to experience is the sound of coming home, specifically to her. Like, you've probably experienced it with your own pets, but coming home to her, just meowing her head off at you. She really loved it when I came home. I'm not sure how to build a cat in Minecraft. Cats have little snoots. So we can give her a little snoot. Her nose will go there. Probably. If this ends up looking how I am thinking it should. What do you mean you did? Oh, game froze. I heard the Minecraft man. Oh, yeah. Forgot I asked that. I was confused as to what you were responding to. Is this looking like a cat so far, guys? I'm gonna need to, like, merge the back actually into the body. Because her head was not straight up. What year did you get Clover? That's a great question. I don't actually remember. Considering I would have been 2 years old. I think... Hang on, I can do the math. Give me 1 second. I can figure this out. I think sometime in 2008. Sorry I had to think so hard about that. I'm not good with dates and numbers. I have such horrible memory. I'm really, really not good with numbers. That looks better. She had a pretty dark colored nose near the end. We just kind of want to build this up and make sure it all kind of looks cohesive. Don't really know how high we want our head to go, and because this is Minecraft, her eyes are gonna have to be square. Ooh, that looks cursed. Maybe we can do the this is how I used to do eyes, like that. Or like the big squares, but her eyes might be a bit too far apart if we do it like that. Maybe once I add the color, it won't look as bad. I'm sorry, Kitty, I'm doing my best. You can make her cross-eyed. Look. How cursed that is. Maybe it won't look as bad once she's all colored in. Maybe her eyes are too high. Maybe they need to be here. Bring that down. We'll have a look at it now. And we'll break this at the top just so, you know, it's not distracting. Now her face looks a little too shrunk. Maybe you could give her a little. Oh, that looks so bad. No. And maybe we could elongate her eyes a little. Oh. She had pretty big eyes, to be fair. Maybe we could do it like this. That's kind of cute. She had these little white dots above her eyes. It's coming together a wee bit. I'm unsure if the face is the right size for the body just yet, but what am I meant to do if it's not? Break it and do it again, I guess. Let's have a look again, shall we? Okay, I think that still needs to be out like that. That is a straight line down that way. That is not. No, that is still like that. But then, how did I do it over here? Yeah. Sorry, my mom knocked on the door. And then she asked me, "Are you still streaming?" And then I said, "Yeah, why?" And then she walked away. And I said, "Why?" And then she just never responded. I don't know why parents do that. Mysterious. Yeah. I hate it when people do that. Me too. Me too. We'll probably end up making the back look a little bit less flat. Maybe a bit more rounded. Kinda like that. But then that makes this look horrible. Can this game not with the cave noises? I don't know. It still looks a little odd. No. Maybe if I keep the bump down there. I think you can turn cave sounds up, can you? Welcome to my settings. I assume it would be in audio. That? The one that's at 100? Oh, interesting. Thank you. I'm sorry that I've, started talking like this. I tend to start sounding like this when I'm upset. And, I feel like I've said most of what needed and I wanted to say about Clover. I don't like how big the head is at the back. Much better. And we gotta give her some ears. And also maybe make her noggin a little bit less flat at the top. I honestly thought I was going to mess up the head. I did not think I would make it look at all decent, so I'm pleasantly surprised by the fact that it doesn't look horrendous. I don't know, I kind of like it like that a bit better, without the weird connection. Oh, alright. ears. Now, building ears is really not my strong suit. Those kind of look a little round. I like that. Look at that. I understand the proportions are a bit off on just about all of her. Again, I'm not a professional builder or anything. It's really good, thank you. I appreciate that. Is she lopsided? No, I just did it like that. Damn. I'll probably bring that around like that. Might give it a little bit more shape. And we can maybe break that off there. She kind of looks like she's wearing headphones. I don't like how sloped her head is looking. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Maybe we break it a little bit there. Trying to get the shape right. I don't think anything I do is gonna make it look perfect. It may end up being as good as we get on that. What's with the gap? Probably my own doing. I don't know why I said probably like I haven't been building this entire thing myself. I want to do pink in the ears, but using clay probably wouldn't really work because I want it to still be sunk in, but obviously... Oh. That's not the same on both sides. I don't like that. What have I been using? Just wood? Oh, it's right there. I'm stupid. Right. Do we like the pink in the ears? Is that acceptable? Now, there is something I could add to this. Clover had a harness that she would wear. It had butterflies on it. Which I thought was pretty cool. I could put her in that. Obviously, we cannot leave this looking like this. Can we, kitty? She had this collar that I really liked on her, and sorry, Taco, me and Physical are making your thumbnail. It's okay. She had this collar that I really liked on her, and it was green, and she looked really pretty in it. So I'm wondering if I can... What if I just put it around her for now, like that? No, it needs to sit flat around the drape of her neck. Because anywhere else I put that is gonna look odd. Okay, I'm thinking we may need to break that down. Oh, wrong thing. And put it around like that. It's cute. It's not exactly how it would have sat, but probably as good as I can accomplish. You guys can tell what it is. And not that it's a detail that anyone else is going to notice except for me. That looks close enough to what was on it. Let me just go chuck all of this stuff from my inventory in our little trash hole. Right. Now that she's looking like this, we can start on the decorations around her, the ground around her, figuring out if we want to put anything in her beautiful statue body. And, because we could potentially have an entranceway there. We could, over time, fill it with things that remind me of her or something. I don't really know. We could even fill it with cats. For all I know, that could be a good idea, but I don't know. I want to add some clovers around because, you know, her name ended up being very fitting for her because she ended up being my lucky Clover, and you know, she was a very pretty kitty. She was a pretty kitty. I have never in my life built a Clover. Now I am building two. And then maybe bring that out like that. Now, I don't know if this is even going to end up looking like a Clover by the time it's finished. I'll do my best to make it look like one, though. don't know. Is that looking like a clover to you guys? Or does it just look like a blob? Doesn't really look like a clover. I don't know. It might be the fact it's droopy. Maybe I could just make it droop more. Own it. Own whatever the issue is, and then it is no longer an issue, technically. A sad one. A sad clover. Or an umbrella. I mean, however you want to take it. There, I did a sad one. There will be happy ones too. You don't want them to be very high up. It'll take the attention away from her. I mean, that kind of looks like a clover, actually. Let's break the sad one. Let's keep the simple ones, because I think if we make them too complex, it'll draw the attention away from her, and that's not what we want. You can have some... Oh, I have an idea, You're not ready for those guys. What I want to do, which I don't know why I'm putting the grass back down, if I'm gonna do something, I might use a different type of, like, soil. Like maybe this. Around where she's laying. So, like, we'll break away. In a very random pattern. Because we want this to look very pretty around her. I just know if she was actually in this world, she would be running over and eating that burger right now. She would wait until I left the world and then she'd go and eat the burger. That's what she used to do when I'd bring food into my room. She'd wait until I'd leave. And then she'd, like, sneak back to her spot like nothing ever happened. So I come into my room and I'm like, I can tell you ate my food. Sorry, kitty. I need to get you to move. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish that cat had green eyes. Obviously, Clover had green eyes. She had the prettiest green eyes. It honestly made her name even more fitting. I might actually make a YouTube short from this. Not to really get loads of views or anything, but just so anyone who doesn't want to watch the whole live can just watch the short at the end of the finished product. I really want people to remember her, and, you know, she meant the world to me, and I will never not. I don't think the influence that she had on me will ever leave. And as long as I'm here and I'm continuing to upload, she will always be alive in my channel. So. I know it's been a pretty depressing live stream, and, you know, I'm sorry for that. I'm not used to making sad content, and I hope everything I said was okay. I love that cat so much, and I want everybody to know what she meant to me, why it's affected me so much that she's gone. Because, you know, I never really had friends when I was a kid. I had her. Now I have you guys, and, you know, I'm sure that is enough to keep me going. I'd like to continue with my content uploading and, you know, my streams. Every time I go to play a game that we've been working on, I think there's all these new games that have been coming out that I want to stream and I want to give you guys content of, but we're still stuck on things from years ago that I just haven't had the time or energy, or I'm procrastinating finishing. Like with Security Breach, every time I go to stream it, I think I'm gonna end up backing out because I can't deal with the segment we're on. And same with Little Nightmares. We're currently on the Weeping Angel segment of Little Nightmares, which is the mannequins. And, you know, I'm a bit too scared to continue. And I hate admitting that. I do. I really missed you guys when I was gone. I kept saying to my fellow humans around me that I want to stream. And I kept getting my friends being like, so why don't you? And I didn't want to explain. You know, every time I try to talk about her, I cry. Every time I think about it, I remember that she's not here. And it's really easy when I'm not in my house to just ignore the problem, but when I'm in my house, it's kind of hard to avoid the fact that when I look around and everywhere that she used to be, she's not there anymore. And it's like she's meant to be there and she's just not. Whoops. Let me just fix this and then I will read what you just said. 1 second. Where is the things? It's not exactly the right block, but it'll do. Hey Taco, me and Physical made 2 thumbnails you can check out after the stream. I can look at them now. These were actually adorable. Thank you guys so much for that. I love that so much. Thank you guys for that. That was very sweet. I'll put it on the video when it's done. Cause I can't, well, the live stream is up, I can't put it on, but I'll put it on the stream when it's over. Okay, now that we've broken out a chunk of ground, we can start filling it in with this different type of dirt. I really wish that I could show you guys some of my art from my course, because I did some memorial paintings of my cat, and I would show you guys. One of them doesn't have like anything to do with me on it remotely, but the other one, sorry, the other one has I also drew myself in it, so I cannot show that one. Taco, I'm gonna head to bed. That's alright. Have a good night. Thank you so much for the thumbnail. It was very sweet of you guys to do that. Okay. Let us continue filling in this gap in the earth that I've created. Oh. I find it very hard to talk about things, especially things going on in my life, in my personal life, and I try to keep my personal life out of my channel. But my life has been so rough, and this cat really helped me through everything. A lot more than she will ever realize that she did. And it's so difficult having to deal with it all on my own. My life has been absolutely horrible. I cannot stress that enough. It has been one wrong thing after the next. And I mean, I started this channel for me, for childhood me, for my cat, for my everyone, and just, I needed to start this channel, and I did, and I didn't originally think that I'd ever have a community, or I would have people returning, or 900 subscribers. I always thought that was way out of, that's gonna bother me. I always thought that was way out of my reach, and I never knew that I could ever have so many people like my content and care and be there. And, you know, I like to think that if Clover could think like a human, she would have liked my content. I like to think that. One of the first things that I actually played on my channel was a game called Stray. Obviously, that content is not available for anyone to look at anymore, but it was one of the first games I ever played on here. And, you know, the whole time I was getting upset because I kept thinking about losing my cat while I was playing it. And this was years ago. She lived a very, very long and happy life with me. And I'm so happy that I could be there for her, and she could be there for me. I was always defending my cat when she was up to mischief. It's just so difficult. I don't understand how to process it, and me doing this video is kind of my way of processing it. I am never going to watch over this video. This is always going to stay up. As a sort of timestamp of grief, I guess. As a way of remembering her, but also this is me showing some vulnerability on my channel. It stresses me out that I'm doing this, that I'm opening up, that I'm talking about it. It stresses me out so badly. And I'm doing it for her. And I know it seems stupid. Because, you know, she was a cat. She wouldn't know that I was doing this for her. She wouldn't understand it. I would never wish this sort of pain on anybody. I'm so sorry to anyone that's having to listen to this. I know it's probably a little concerning to hear. She was an amazing cat. And I hope everyone in their lifetime can have such a strong bond with someone or something. Because it's really lovely to find someone or something so comforting and sweet, and just knowing for a fact that she wouldn't go anywhere no matter what happened in my life was the best thing. And I never thought that this would happen. I always thought that she would be around. I didn't think that I'm a very sick person. I am very ill, physically ill, and I didn't actually think that I would be alive to see her go. I've been in and out of hospital for years, and I've been really sick. And my body's just been slowly giving up on me, and I thought that I would be the one to go, not her. And I always thought she'd be around. And it's absolutely fucking broken my heart. That I'm trying my best to cope with it. Do you think we should do it like that? Or do you think we should do it like that? We know how hard it is to lose something you love, and external help is sometimes needed. You guys are, like, really great. I appreciate you guys a lot. I don't like that one. That one's not great. We'll do some in the ground and some above the ground. We'll just do little dots around and about to mark where everything is. You can talk to me if you need to vent, man. I don't need to vent. I am okay. I'm doing my best. I don't like being this vulnerable. And I'm really sorry that you guys are listening to it, but I miss her so much. But it will be okay. Anyway, let's get back to building, shall we? Let's talk about more positive memories with Clover instead of that. I'm sorry. It's a very fresh wound for me, and I just... This only happened like a couple weeks ago, so I'm a bit torn up about it. You know, every time I would see my counselor, she would, about once a month, she would buy me chicken nuggets, and I'd come home and I'd share them with my cat. And she started, like, asking me, because I accidentally mentioned once that Clover would take my chicken nuggets, and so she would start buying me extra chicken nuggets so I could share them with my cat. And I was taking the batter off for her. I wouldn't give my cat something that's not good for her. But, you know, she was giving me extra chicken nuggets. She was spending a lot of money on chicken nuggets for me and my cat. That lady was a sweetheart. We all need someone in our life who buys us chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are great. I kind of want chicken nuggets now, honestly. I have not had chicken nuggets in a long while. Do you guys reckon I should buy some chicken nuggets? Because I personally think I should buy chicken nuggets. What are other silly things that she would do? I used to grow catnip for her. And if you know anything about cats with catnip, it kind of makes them go a little cuckoo. But I decided to try growing catnip for her because, like, I'm not a great gardener, far from it, but I thought it would be cute, and I thought that she'd like it. And turns out she really did. I was growing it in my windowsill, and she got into my windowsill because my curtains were like pretty big curtains. I did not think she'd be able to push them aside, but she got into my curtains, into my windowsill, and she ate all of my catnip. And it was all just like baby catnip at that point. It was small amounts of catnip, all little plants. They would have flourished and grown, but no, she ate them. And then she spent the next hour rolling around on my carpet and running after my feet every time I tried to get up, which is not really like her to do. She's a very lazy cat. She's a very sweet lazy cat. Oh, hello, frog. Keep doing the clovers the wrong way around. Do you think we should have some different variants of clovers, like different shades too? Because we've got those ones, we got the in the ground ones. We'd have some different colors, maybe some lighter shades or some, because these are concrete, I think, or maybe they're concrete. There is the terracotta we can use. We can go like this. Different shades. How about some flowers? That is a great idea, actually. I kind of want to focus mainly on... You are right. You are right. There are enough clovers. Going a bit overboard with it. Right, let me just put this, because there are actual flowers in Minecraft I can use as well. I'm thinking we can get some bone meal as well and just kind of go all around the place, get some grass and stuff. It's a good suggestion. And then we can plant flowers manually. I don't know what grows on this stuff. Nothing. Alright. Let's just grass up the area. Everywhere that there is actually grass. I don't know if I can actually plant flowers on the brown stuff manually. We'll break all the flowers from all the grass we just put down. I just can't be bothered putting grass down myself. Right. Let's break all these little flowers and replace them with ones I think that she'd like personally. Or things that I think she would look pretty with. She used to have this collar that had a pink flower on it. She looked absolutely adorable in it. I might be inspired by that. No tall grass over here. Thank you very much. It's too eye-catching. It's 2 blocks high instead of 1. Sorry about that, my sister just came in. Not for any good reason either. My apologies. I think I'm being a bit too vulnerable on the stream, honestly. I'm feeling pretty bad about kind of venting about my cat. I think the premise of what I was trying to get across is she meant a lot to me, and she meant a lot to a lot of people online, I discovered. Cactus flower. Interesting. But, you know, I found out a lot of people love her, and a lot of people care, and... That's cute! It doesn't do anything bad, does it? It grows a cactus over time, doesn't it? I have a feeling it might. Hang on. It doesn't. It's just a cute flower. If this turns into a cactus, I'm going to have a bone to pick with somebody. Green flowers? Only kind of remotely green thing I see is that. It's not really green. Green flowers? You want about what I built? Because they are meant to be clovers. Green flowers. Am I? Oh yeah, I am slightly colorblind, by the way. I don't know. Oh, like these things? The pretty drip leaves and stuff. I mean, could probably make it a bit of a... Oh. I can't put the small one down anywhere, won't let me. Let me just... There's too much in my inventory. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm really sorry you guys had to hear all of that. I'll keep the drip leaf in my inventory just in case I want to put it down somewhere. Oh wait, I can plant these on it. Hang on. But can I plant these on there? Oh my god, I can. Okay, I have an idea. Cactus only grows on sand, so I'm good. That is great to know. Green and pink honestly look really adorable on her. So. Okay, that is surrounded on that side. We'll add like one there. You do not need two side by side. Okay. Now we can see she is currently surrounded by flowers, right? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run around with this. It's hopefully gonna be pretty random. We'll just fly around a bit. Spread the flowers everywhere. We don't want like too many around. It would be really cute if Minecraft added clovers, because then, you know, the bees could have the clovers and it would be cute, because bees really like clovers. Random fact about bees. Just want to make sure there are flowers everywhere. Right. Can't say that isn't kind of cute. I honestly almost feel like there aren't enough in some places, but you know, maybe we can add some more flowers. We want to go with the small flowers in the center, though. Maybe like some wildflowers, do you guys think? Because these are like the smallest types of flowers. Maybe some yellow could add some variety. Not too much yellow, just a smidge. We thinking that's cute? I think that's cute. There's... What if we replace that with that? Yeah, much better. Making this very pretty for my pretty kitty. I apologize that I keep like getting upset during the stream. I am really trying to stay as composed as possible. Sometimes I just go on a little ramble. And anyone watching this at a future date can always skip ahead if they don't want to watch this ad. And anyone watching it currently can always click off. That's what I like about, people don't have to watch, they choose to. If someone says they don't like something, like, you don't have to watch. Easy. Simple as that. Okay, I think there are way too many plants over there now. Just kind of went haywire with the plants, didn't I? I think it's cute. I think it's cute. We could add more stuff. Do you guys think it needs anything else? I could add her harness. She has a butterfly harness. She has butterfly wings. I think she looked really cute in them. I don't really know how I would build that, though. I also don't entirely know how to section this area off. We could, like... I feel bad for whoever lives in this house. Because, you just be in your weird little green cottage, and then you're just trying to chill. You just see that out your window. It's cute, but I mean, in real life, I'd probably have a bit of a fright every morning. Oh, what a lovely day! What's that? Do you think this is cute enough? Do you think I should add some more stuff, or do you think that she is done? I personally am pretty happy with it. We do need to put you back in your house. Well, back in my house. Let's go. This world has been around for longer than I thought. When I started this world, I wasn't streaming it at all. I've only streamed this world once. This is the second time that we've actually uploaded this world. Come over here. Oh, you're as fascinated by the dinosaurs as I am, kitty. Anyway, we've streamed this world once. I don't think anything new has been added whatsoever, except for this. Now my baby will live on forever in Minecraft. You can probably keep the theme green on this block just so that, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that statement. Obviously, there will probably be houses around here. I think she's done, guys. I think she's done. I should probably like make the short, talk to YouTube shorts, shouldn't I? Okay, guys, so this is the final memorial for my cat. I think that it's very cute. She will always be in my world now. She will always be remembered. I think I might write her name somewhere. And the date that she died. I think that's a good idea. Let me just get that up on my phone. We can put it here like it's her heart. Oh my goodness, this is very difficult. We will be vague with it. That's 15. There we go. Now she's got a sign on her. I went with the vague option. Oh, what is my phone doing? Alright, guys. I would like to, before I sign off, apologize for crying, for being emotional, and probably very depressing to watch. I really hope you guys like this build, and I think Clover would have appreciated it. I miss her so much. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna end this live stream now, and I'll see you when I stream next. Thank you all for showing up for her. It means a lot. I love you all. Toodles.